Okay, I call this meeting of the Devine Independent School District Board of Trustees to order at 6:32. Let the record show that a quorum of board members is present, that this meeting has been duly called and a notice of this meeting has been posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code, Chapter 551. Let the record show the trustees, Carrie James, Chris Davis, Henry Moreno, and Nancy Pepper are present. Any citizens out there want to talk to us? I don't think so. Consider and take possible action on an additional one-time payment for teachers to bring their 2023-24 salary up to 2% of their 2022-23 step pay.
The document that you have in your board packet shows the increase in the cost associated with this move. I know that in August we had discussion with the board at a meeting. We're talking about how the step for the teachers is only a certain percentage. Some are less than 1, some are up to 1.8. So what this chart would do is take everybody from their last year's step to a 2% minus the piece that they have already gotten as their step that's taken out. This is a one-time situation until what we had talked about before is seeing how the election turns out and also how the legislature is affected. One of the things I heard on a legislative update today is that there's a chance that they may not even address teacher pay or education funding in this session and then wait until the end of December to have the third, because that's when everybody starts politicking, campaigning to get their positions back. And they had mentioned that some of the folks in Austin that are not going along with the governor's voucher process, that he's going to campaign against them, have somebody. So that is a conversation that is being made in several of our legislative updates. Not that I know that that's completely accurate, but you could hold it hostage again until January.
You can do that for sure anyway. But.
And the total cost of this, as you can see, is about $43,000.
Now, we had talked about waiting until after the election to make sure that if the battalion passes, that we have funds. I don't know. We passed around so many scenarios that night about whether we wanted to wait, whether we wanted to go on and do it. So just need to hear your feelings on it tonight.
So is this considered a stipend?
It is, and that's the way it's written.
Yes, ma'am.
So, and the teachers are fully aware of that? I just have a hard time increasing and then taking it,
Sure.
the appearance of that. So if
Right.
they're upfront, know that it's just a stipend.
And we're going to do it in a lump sum, right?
Yes.
Not spread it out, because
No.
yeah.
Lump sum.
All right. And we need to add that make that part of the motion as lump
Just
sum.
tomorrow morning, between Jerry and Jameson and myself, we'll craft the email to go out to the teachers and make them all short sentences so that it doesn't get confusing like the last
And
time.
if you put it in lump sum, it's easier to see that it's
Yeah,
a
and so-
one-time.
You could say an additional one-time lump sum payment for teachers, if you want to phrase it that way. And I know that we talked about trying to have someone come and explain to us other methods to pay all the way across the board, so teachers and everybody, so that we don't have this problem where they don't feel that they're getting the same percentage of increase. They want to have equity in what they're getting.
Right.
So, and I really do want us to push to do that after the first of the year, so that we can.
We were talking
See
about
what
that
we
today
have.
because, what was it, 2022 is when we changed the teacher pay scale. It increased, but for this instance, when TASB comes, they would be able to tell us, here's all the options and the ways that.
Yeah, I think that'd be beneficial to do that.
And do we have to keep that big raise in that 7th and 8th year, or whatever year it is? We could change that if we wanted to, because that really throws things off as far
Yeah,
as
it
I'm
really
concerned.
does.
Well, and when we meet, it'll be across the board for all employees, right? So that we
Yeah,
can
we'll
make
look
sure
at-
that everything is
I could
equitable.
look at all employees. So are y'all okay with going ahead and doing it now? When would this be paid? In just November, December?
It would probably, I'm sure it could be the second pay date in November. I don't know if we'll make the first one or
No,
not.
that would be hard. That's the 15th.
I don't know if we can make that one or not. But I know we can make the second one. And I say that, Shannon, like,
Yeah, Shannon's not here.
I agree. You say, well, at least I
but
didn't
I know they
say
always
15.
do it the week before, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, they get it set up, because when we were going through this the other day, they kind of had it set up and ready to roll, but I was like, no, we gotta come back and get it approved from y'all.
Well, and would this be a separate paid time, you know, so it's handled all by itself, it doesn't go in with their regular pay?
I'll find out.
That would really be better if it's.
But it's
done
coming in
out.
lump sum anyway, so.
Yeah. But I mean,
Oh,
rather
you
than
mean-
having their regular pay and then say lump sum, stipend or something like
So I
that.
did check about that the other day, but I think what had happened, and just like when we did the one in August, the retention stipend, is then you have to go in and create a whole new payday somehow.
Yeah,
And I don't know
that might be kind of hard.
how much that was, but you're
I
saying
think
like,
it would be okay to add
yeah,
it
if
to
it all goes in
the
the
pay
same
period.
period, they'll see.
And it'd be regular pay one time.
Plus there would be.
It'll show it, right, like,
I don't think.
Two
it'll show
separate
the
numbers?
Bank number. I think
no,
it-
like a,
It'll be broken down on their pay
Oh,
stub.
the
You
pay
mean,
stub.
it'll be like.
yeah, that's what I mean. Nobody,
Like
they
when I
could go-
get overload, it's separated out.
Right.
They
overload.
could go in, log in, and see their pay.
like the regular pay was X and the
Yeah.
lump sum was,
Yeah, for sure.
they'll be able to see that.
But
Okay.
that would help with taxes too, it would be lumped together with their, as far as figuring any taxes or anything they have taken out. I know they don't have withholding, but, I mean,
Yeah.
some of them do. but- Okay, well,
Can I make a motion now?
if you would like to.
Move to approve the additional one-time lump sum payment for teachers to bring their 23-24 salary up to 2% of their 22-23 step pay.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, have a motion by Chris and a second by Henry to approve the additional one-time lump sum stipend payment for the teachers. All in favor, raise your right hand. Passes 4-0. Okay, next, consider and take possible action to adopt the board's resolution to establish a stipend for employees participating in the school guardian program.
So really, this is pay for the 22-23 school year. Those guardian stipends, different than any of the rest of the stipends that we have, are intended to be paid in May, and we missed it. So to be able to pay somebody for work last year, but pay them in this year, we have to create a public purpose resolution. You're pretty sure we got it fixed now.
So
It's the
then
second
they
time
go
we had
ahead
to do
and get
this.
their other payment in May.
Yes, ma'am.
Get their-
And the reason we do it in May is so that you don't pay them at the beginning of the year, and then it turns out
They don't-
nobody carried their firearm correct.
Do you have a regular check to see, to make sure that everybody?
I know the ones that are doing it and bump up against them, and especially
That's
the,
cute.
yeah, especially, and a lot of them will purposely make sure that I know that they have it, because they've been getting very creative with the apparatuses that they're buying, you know, that they're pretty cool, especially some of the bags that they've been having, that they're carrying.
Good.
Okay. All right, if everybody's okay with that, we need another motion.
Madam President, move to adopt the board resolution to establish a stipend for employees participating in the school guardian program as presented.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Henry and a second by Carrie to adopt the board resolution to establish the stipend for the school guardian program participants. All in favor, raise your right hand. Passes 4-0. Okay, we need to go into closed session to discuss another item. Beginning at 6:42, the board will convene in closed session in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act for the purpose of discussing items listed under Texas Government Code, Chapter 551.071, no action. Final action decisions or votes will be taken while the board is in executive session.
And it's also 551.129. I didn't write it in the motion.
Okay, 551.029.
129. Sorry.
.129?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.